everyone, this is our Wheatley0206, and before I get started with my video tonight, I just wanted to show you guys that I did get the print that Matt got me, or that Matt sent me, up on the wall next to my Wonder Woman print from Neil Adams. And so there it is. Let me get over here, get the light off of it. There it is, being displayed proudly with my other prints. I did change the frame on it. The frame that it was in, around the back edge of the around the back edges, there is a groove around the back edges, so there's not a lot of material. And I hang these up with the stick-on print hangers that's like Velcro that sticks to the back of the frame. And I was afraid that the strips wouldn't stick to the back of the frame very well, and I was afraid it would fall. So I picked up one of these frames. It's like the other ones that I have a lot of my other prints in. So I picked up one of those because it's got kind of a thick edge on it, and there's plenty for the strips to stick to. So I put it in that, and that is where it's going to stay. Once again, Matt, thank you very much for that print. It's beautiful, and I absolutely love it. And that would be Matt from The Boy Who Had Seven Talks Comics. So if you're not subscribed to his channel, please go to his channel and sub him up. He's a great guy, and he's got a great channel. Then, like I said before in one of my other videos, I wanted to display it next to my other Neil Adams print that I got from Boom Boom Comics of Wonder Woman. So there you have it, and we will get on with the rest of the video. Thanks for watching.
Hello, comic book community. Welcome to my channel, our Wheatley0206, and welcome to tonight's Comic Book Artist Spotlight number 8. And our spotlight tonight is going to be on George Perez. I was thinking about doing a couple of different ones, but I wanted to do this one tonight because he's another one of the, originals, in my opinion, from the 70s and 80s. I mean, original to my generation when I started buying comic books and so on. And I know a lot of my friends in the YouTube community are very familiar with the guys doing the comic book art and the stories and so on from the 60s and 70s and 80s. So I wanted to do George Perez tonight. And I know Metarog is a huge fan of George Perez, so I hope he enjoys this. And I'm sure he probably knows everything that I'm about to tell you about George Perez, but I know there's a lot of you out there that probably don't know a whole lot about him. So, and that's the purpose for these videos in the first place. So let's get started. George Perez was born June the 9th of 1954. He was born in the Bronx, which is also, I believe, where he met his wife. He was probably most popular and influential artist in American comics in the 1980s. So he had a lot of influence on comic art in the 1980s, doing the Wonder Woman, Teen Titans, and several other. This guy has done so many different characters for Marvel and for DC. And he is credited for creating or co-creating several characters, and we'll go over those in just a little bit. Let's see, he is known for his clean, dynamic, yet ornate styling, with a strong emphasis on group superhero action scenes. So hopefully some of this, well, actually I can show you actually on this right here. Here's a couple of books that he did that was part of my research. Teen Titans, or the New Teen Titans, and the Avengers. That's Teen Titans number 1. and oh, it's the Avengers Heroes Return #1, first issue. So anyway, George also created the famous mech suit that Lex Luthor used to wear, or still does occasionally, whenever he battles Superman. So George Perez created that costume. Now, probably a little known fact by a lot of people. One of George Perez's good friends was turned into a comic book character in Superman, the New 52, and his name was Dave, I think it's Corporon, I think is his name. He was the commissioner of Metropolis in the New 52 Superman, and George had had a friendship with this guy for many, many years. This is a picture of, and it's not a very good picture, but it's a picture of George Perez and David Corporon together. Okay. And then, my understanding is whenever Dave goes to a convention, he dresses up as the commissioner whenever he goes to conventions and so on. So that's kind of cool. I think there was, well, I don't know how many. I think there was, for the first cover that David Corporon was in, I think there was 3 different covers. So now I want to give you a little bit of an example. Actually, it's a big example because he's done a lot of characters. But anyway, I want to let you know about characters that he created and co-created. So, to start off with, Adeline Kane, Adrian Chase, Alexander Luthor Jr., Amphibian, Anthony Manetti, I believe is the way it's pronounced, Anaconda, Anti-Monitor, Arella, Eris, Argent, and I'm not sure how this one's pronounced exactly. It looks like Arides, or Arides, or Arides, something. Anyway, Arthur Hall, Axis, Azar. That's just a few. There are many, many more. That's just the A's. Bazooka, Black Banshee, Black Lotus, Black Fire, Blizzard, Brother Blood 8, I believe that is. Yeah. A Captain Ultra, Karam, Cellkeeper, Cheetah, Cheshire, Cirque, Cyborg, Dave Commissioner Corporum, which we just talked about, Don Driscoll, Death Adder, or Otter, Deathrite, Deathstroke. Let's see, he co-created that with Marv Wolfman. All right, Delroy Garrett, Dr. Light, Epoch, I believe it is, Flamebird, Fringe, Fearsome 5. He created the Fearsome 5, which there is... Oh, no. Is that who's in the new movie? Or in the new animated movie? No, that's not right. Anyway, moving on. I think it's pronounced Hippolyta. Correct me if I'm wrong. Gizmo, Harbinger, Henry Garrich, Hotspot, Jericho, Jocasta, Jugular, Cole, Maestro, Magenta, Mammoth, Maxima, Monitors, Monmouth, don't know who that is, Metalla, the New Teen Titans, Nightwing, Nova. Well, he didn't create Nightwing, did he? Yeah, I guess he did. He co-created Nightwing with Marv Wolfman once again. I didn't know that. Okay, Nova, Phobia, Plasmus, Protector, Prism, Simon, Scions, Ravager, Raven, Frankie Ray. Some of these I don't know the characters. And the rest of the list, I'll give you the rest of the list. Ron Evers, Nicholas Scratch, Sarah Sims, Shimmer, Scorcher 2, Scratch, Silverclaw, Silver Swan, Snapdragon, Starfire, Syrah, Taskmaster, Terra, Trident, Ultra Force, Vault, Karina Walters, Warp, White Tiger, and Wintergreen. Alright, so that's the characters that he co-created or created. So, one thing I wanted to bring up too was he actually started his comic book career in 1973. He was penciling. Let me see. I have that here. Yes. Ah, yes. Astonishing Tales number 25 in August of 1974 as the penciler. But he actually, his first involvement in the industry, in the comic book industry, was in 1973. And he made his professional debut in Marvel Comics' Astonishing Tales number 25 in August of 1974 as the penciler for that one. Okay. And then he also done a run of Sons of the Tiger and Deadly Hands of Kung Fu, White Tiger. There's several, things that he did for Marvel and for DC. He was also involved, he has been involved in Spider-Man. He's been involved in the Avengers, as you saw earlier. Let's see. Creatures on the Loose, Man-Wolf, The Inhumans, Fantastic Four. Let's see. Okay, and then if we move on to DC, that was all Marvel. New Teen Titans, of course, Wonder Woman, Justice League, DC Comics Presents, which I love those, and probably one of the biggest ones he did for DC also was Crisis on Infinite Earth. I believe that's correct. I know I have the book, I have some of those. Let's see. He's also worked on X-Men. Let's see. Oh, and one thing I wanted to mention was Perez took a leave of absence from the Teen Titans in 1984 to focus on his next project with Marv Wolfman, DC's 1985 50th anniversary event, and that was Crisis on Infinite Earth, or Infinite Earths. So, and of course he's worked on Superman. He's worked on Whatever Happened to the Man of Tomorrow, and of course he's worked on Batman. And I'm hoping, I'm pretty sure I've got some Batman comics. later on in the video, when I get done giving you some information about George Perez, then I will show some books, okay? So yeah, and like I said, he's worked on Wonder Woman, and a lot of that was in the 1980s. War of the Gods. I'm sorry, I can't believe I totally spaced this one. Infinity Gauntlet, #1, which is one of his more famous covers and very hard to find. I don't have that comic, but I do have, I think, the True Believers version, so I will show that. But I do want to show plenty of examples of his work. I also want to show his signature. I may have to pull that up and add it in, because I don't think I have anything signed by George Perez. But I will look and see. Okay, so that pretty much covers what I wanted to talk about for George Perez today. He's an awesome artist. I love his work. It's very distinctive, and as I show you different books and so on, you will hopefully you'll be able to discern his art style is much different from a lot of the artists of that era. So we should be doing that in just a few minutes, and we'll go from there. So please remember, if you have any comments or if you have any information that I didn't cover that you would like to share with the community, please feel free to write it in the comments below, because I'm always looking to learn more as well. So and I'm sure, because you know, when I pull this information together, I pull together tons of information. I mean, I could actually give you, you know, the names of their parents, and you know what their what their origins are, which George Perez is Puerto Rican, and born in the Bronx. But I think, if I remember right, his father and mother both came over from Puerto Rico to the United States and settled in the Bronx, but they didn't get married till after they moved over here. Because I don't know if they didn't know each other or if they just waited till they got to the U.S. to get married. But currently, I know George Perez. Now, George Perez, as most of you probably know, he retired from comic book creating, I don't know, a year or so ago. I think it's been a little over a year ago. But I did hear, and I don't remember now what convention it was, but there is a convention that's supposed to be coming up that he is actually going to attend in 2020. I think it's coming up in June of 2020. I will get more information on that and edit it into this video, so you guys, you know, I know a lot of people didn't get a chance to get George Perez's autograph back before he retired, and are really regretting that they never got it, like me. So I'm hoping to be able to go to this convention, or maybe he'll go to more than just this one. But anyway, he did retire. I think it was in 2017, and he currently resides in Florida. I don't remember now exactly what town that is in Florida. I know it's on here. Well, I don't see it right at the moment, but I do know that he lives in Florida. I wanted to give you the actual town, though. Like I said, I've got all this paperwork that I pull to do these videos, and Sanford, Florida, found it. So he lives in Sanford, Florida, currently. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the books. All right. Stand by. All right, we're back. So I've picked out a few books. I have some Marvel and some DC that I'll show you. So the first one up is The Defenders, number 59. Get that a little closer for you so you can get a better look at the artwork. Look how he does his faces, body shapes, his use of colors. I love the white background, and it's very busy. Lots of things going on. Okay, set that over there. This is Man-Wolf number 46. Here, let me bring it back here so you can see it better. Took me a little bit to find these books, so I do have about 10 books to show you. So a little bit better close up there. Then we've got Batman Year 3, Batman number 436. Try to keep the glare off of it. Okay. Batman number 422. Now let me get a little close up on Robin there a little bit. All right. Wonder Woman number 8. One of the big things that I recognize on his work is his detail in the dark lines and stuff, like for the shoulder blades and the muscles and so on, and in the facial features. This is, oh sorry, Tales of the Teen Titans number 53. You notice the use of the dark lines in their clothes and their shoulders. This one here not so much because it's not a real close picture, but this one here shows it a little better, I think, because his shadowing and so on. And this is the new Teen Titans 61. But if you notice, see if I can get this up sort of close and see how Nightwing, you can see the shadowing and so on in his face and on his neck and chest. That's one of the things that's distinctive to me for George Perez. And then the way his coloring is, the contrast, you know, dark to lighter, and well, for instance, on the cape, I really like the way, you know, in the background over here, the underside of his cape is black. Sorry about the glare, but yet his cape is very pronounced, and then you have a lot of white floating around. It's just, you know, I really like his use of color and placement and action, because there's a lot of action, you know, in his artwork. This one here is a real good example. This is Crisis on Infinite Earth number 7, and you can really see the prominence in Superman's face, the you know, the black, the dark line details in his face, and so on. And in his, in his muscular, or his muscles in his body and so on. And then the detail in the wounds on the leg, how they show up really well. And he just makes their muscles and their facial expressions, the shadowing and so on, very prominent in his books. Who's Who, number 17. Yes, number 17. Another George Perez book. Very neat cover. And the last one I'm going to show you, and this one is Infinity Gauntlet, but it is the True Believers version of that. But you can see the same kind of detailing and his use of colors, and just very pronounced, very distinctive. I really love George Perez's artwork. So anyway, I hope that helps you to know what to look for if you're out in the wild and you're looking for books. Hopefully this will help you recognize George Perez's work. I was going to show you an example of his signature. So I still need to do that yet, and I'll be right back. Alright, so it took me a little bit to get his signature. I got a new computer and I've been trying to get things set up on it. I don't have a printer set up yet on the network, and I was having trouble getting that to work, so I had to go downstairs and do this on another computer. Anyway, I wanted to show you George Perez's signature. Hope that's big enough for you. That is what his signature looks like. Alright, I think that's everything I wanted to share on George Perez. Like I said earlier, if you have any comments you'd like to leave, or add anything in the comments that I may have forgotten or may have not known, that you are apprised to that information, please feel free to leave comments. And if you're looking for more information, please check everyone's comments to see if there's been anything new added, and we'll go from there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not sure who I'm doing next, but if you have a suggestion on who you'd like to see next, please leave it in the comments below. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate you subscribing. Click the bell to be notified when new videos are coming up, and hit the like button as well. So with that, I'm going to get off of here, and we will see you all next video.